Hey everybody, Jamin here from Game Show. I'm here in the amazing city of Portland, Oregon. I'm here with Steve Gaynor, who is
co-founder of Fullbright.
And we are in his studio right now. And I have some questions for him about life, love, and Gone Home.
Let's get going.
All right. Gone Home is kind of held up as like it's kind of like the example people use on the game, not game kind of debate. I recently did an episode on this about sort of the meaning of that question.
Yeah.
I guess first of all, was that an expectation that you all had before releasing the game, that this was going to be something that people talked about when they played it? And how do you typically respond to that? It's not always a criticism, but that criticism or observation.
It wasn't something that I'd pictured in those terms. I mean, because I thought there were a lot of precedents for it. Like Dear Esther and Proteus. Like there are games that are just about being in a place, and navigating through it and kind of having that aesthetic experience. And even like shortly after Gone Home came out, Stanley Parable came out, and that's very much just like, okay, navigate the space and find what's there. And it's in a very different structure, but I feel like I wasn't thinking about it before the game came out, because I'm like, well, it's kind of like these other games. Part of it is that we were very fortunate to get a lot of critical praise, like from mainstream outlets that back to back gave like us a 9.5 and GTA 5 a 9.5 or something. I think there's sort of this upsetting of expectations of sort of like what kind of experience fits into that IGN gave it a 9.5 space from this audience that has been following this stuff every day for a really long time. And I think that that's why it's like, well, you gave this a high score, but it's not even a game, is kind of why that became part of the narrative. Gone Home is not a traditional like AAA style game in a lot of ways, because we as the designers don't track a lot of what you're doing. Like, we're not giving you feedback on here's an achievement for finding another audio diary, or like here's a puzzle and you have to solve it, and then once you solve it, we're like, you solved it, now you can like go to the next level or something. It's much more sort of like, we let you into the house and then we go hands off and we just say explore. And there's gating, there's very level designy gating of like, you do have to find the key to the basement before you can go into the basement, but it's all based on those core verbs of just like, you explore enough to find enough information to get to the next area, to explore it until you finally kind of exposed all of the content in the game, and you can think like, oh, okay, so that's what the story was about the whole time, or kind of make those interpretations yourself. But I think that a game can be about using interactive tools to become familiar with the story by mining it out of an environment, and that's a kind of game.
Do people speedrun Gone Home?
Yes, definitely.
What's the current?
48 seconds.
Gone came and went.
The thing is, it was designed that way because I think on some level, as you play through a game and you get more familiar with its rules and how to interact with it, you're gaining facility with just like your ability to be effective in the game. And a big part of the experience of your first time playing the game is being like, oh, I didn't realize there was this passageway here. I didn't realize this connected to this. And so by the end of the game, you've built this whole mental map of not just like the floor plan of the house, but how it interconnects and what the secret ways to get from point A to point B are. And so I thought it was really valuable to be able to say, getting to the last room, like to the end of the game, like from the opening credits to the closing credits, isn't based on you have to go upstairs to get the key to go downstairs to go into the east wing to get the key to go up. It's like you go through all that stuff on your first time through to gain the knowledge that the key was accessible from the beginning if you just known where it was, right? And so people that do start it over after that point, they're like, oh wait, if I just go here and get the key, I can go straight to the end. And that's awesome. But the more exciting version of, I think, Gone Home speedruns is people that are like, do 100% speedrun, which is you have to get every audio diary before you complete it, because people are really creative with like, okay, if I go upstairs first, then take the back way into the basement, and then back up through the east wing.
It's like supermarket sweep.
It is, yeah. And they're optimizing their path by like, wait, I know all these connections, and if I go here and here and here, then they're really strategizing and thinking about the game in a way that I didn't think about it when I was the designer. And that's really cool to see.
What's I guess like what's next for you guys? Like either like conceptually or as a studio you have kind of one big game under your belt, what direction would you like to see kind of Fullbright take over the coming next couple of years?
I mean, we were 4 people that made Gone Home, and we don't want to get a whole lot bigger. We've hired a couple more people since then.
Like 100 people.
Not more than 100. We're working on our next game now, and it's taking Gone Home's core kind of gameplay experience of exploration and finding stuff, and being in this environment that contains the story of what happened there, and we're building on it, right? Because we don't want to repeat ourselves and just say, well, let's do another house with stuff in it. But it's a different house. But I think that we created a really strong interactive base in Gone Home of like being in a place and being able to draw meaning out of it. So taking that and taking the next step that builds on it and makes our next game feel like it also stands on its own is really important to us, because that's what's going to make us excited about making the game as developers, and hopefully that's also what makes the audience excited to like see what we're doing next.
Right. Well, that's it. Thank you so much, Steve, for your time and the laughter and the joy that we had. We had a wonderful time, and we'll see you all next week.